Welcome to the third episode of Family Life Cycle. Today we will talk about the third phase, which is raising preschoolers. Each group for this stage can be from 3 to 6 years. We will first talk about parenting tips and then move on to how to maintain couples' intimacy. Let us see 7 points for parenting tips. And while every point is important, I'm sure you would not want to miss out the 7th one. To begin with, the first one is independence. By this time, children are naturally inclined to explore their environment, make choices, and develop a sense of autonomy. Encouraging independence not only boosts self-confidence, but also helps children develop problem-solving skills and resilience. Allow them to dress themselves and manage personal hygiene like brushing their own teeth, washing their face, etc. I know this can be challenging and testing our patience as parents because some children likes to play with water a lot while others refuse to cooperate. However, as we consistently guide them, they will eventually learn to do things on their own. The second point is setting clear boundaries. Along with fostering independence, we also need to teach them how to set clear boundaries. Boundaries enable them to know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Children likes to test boundaries, but as we consistently teach and guide them, they learn to respect the boundaries of others. For example, allow them to express their emotions, but teach them that it is not okay to hit or yell at others, or teaching them to ask others' permission before using their toys and belongings. Through these ways, we can teach them what boundary looks like. The third point is support emotional development. Children experience a wide range of emotions, but lack the language and skills to express or manage them effectively. As parents and adults, it is our responsibility to help them identify and manage their emotions. We can do this by naming the emotions and empathizing with them. For example, when the child is frustrated for not being able to fix the blocks, we can acknowledge what they are feeling. We can say something like, "You seem to be frustrated for not being able to fix the blocks." This will enable them to know that the feeling that they are feeling is frustration. Let us also remember that children learn best through modeling. So, as they see us manage our own emotions, like anger, they will learn to manage their emotions too. But if we lash out when we are angry, then they learn to lash out as well. Therefore, as parents, before we teach our children, let us learn to manage our own emotions first. The fourth point is faith development. For preschoolers, they cannot grasp abstract concepts yet. They have literal understanding and therefore relate to God as a parent or a caregiver. According to James Fowler's stages of faith development, this stage is called intuitive projective faith. Here, fantasy and reality get mixed, and therefore our children's basic idea of God is picked up from parents and society. They can understand simple Bible stories, learn short Bible verses, learn basic short prayers, and learn to sing as well. They like to participate in faith activities. Therefore, we should give them opportunities to lead in family, fellowship, prayer times, and nurture their faith while they are young. The fifth point is social skills. Teaching them to respect the boundaries of others, very much connected with teaching them how to set clear boundaries. They are still learning and can be possessive of their toys and prefer to have their own way, which is quite normal. Teach them to share the toys, to take turns while playing and be considerate of others. Encourage them by praising them when they do something which is commendable. For example, when you see them helping a friend who fell down or sharing their sweets with others, you can praise them so that they know that what they are doing is positive and socially acceptable. The sixth point is play. Allow children to spend time outdoors where they can run, jump, and explore freely. These days, children are being exposed to mobile and internet very early on in life, but this has negative impact on their overall development. It is easier to tie them down to mobile and internet with unending entertainments, and it's challenging to allow children to play as it involves a lot of mess and need to be monitored from time to time. However, the benefits of allowing them to play is plentiful. Play allows children to develop cognitively, socially, emotionally, as well as physically. Besides letting them play on their own and with their peers, parents should also make time to play with children because this creates trust, deeper bonding, and fosters better parent-child relationship. And the seventh point is understand that their need as preschoolers is to be seen, to be heard, to be celebrated, knowing that they are a person of worth and matter to us. It seems there was a daughter who came to her father with a drawing, and she said, "Daddy, Daddy, look what I drew." The father had a mobile in his hand, moved it away, looked at the drawing and said, "Good." The daughter called out her daddy again and said the same thing. The father repeated the pattern. The daughter called out for the third time, and when the father responded in the same way, she said, "You don't even know how to look," and went away unhappy. The father then realized that what the daughter really wanted was for him to look at her and acknowledge that what she drew was good. It was not about the drawing. It was more about being seen as a person of worth, being seen as his daughter. And the father had missed that wonderful opportunity to let her feel and to know that. Remember that our children are precious and that time is fleeting. Once they grow up, it doesn't rewind again. With this, let's move on to tips for maintaining couples' intimacy. Know that challenges will continue to be there and you will need to work out your way out to maintain your intimacy. Here are 7 tips for you. The first one is prioritize quality time together. Make a point to connect with each other. Set apart a time of the day where you can check in about each other's day. It can be in the morning, evening, night, whichever is practical for you. But make time to sit together and spend time, especially if you are physically living in the same place. However, if you're living apart due to work, you can still set apart a time to call and connect with each other. We often use this quote which says, "Distance makes absence grow fonder." If your relationship is thriving, this will be true of you. But if you are distance apart and can go on with your days without thinking about each other, something might be off. The second point is to engage in shared activities. Schedule times where you can both enjoy doing something that you like doing together, like gardening or going for shopping, or if both of you enjoy traveling, that could be anything that you both enjoy doing together can be a shared activity, and this will keep your relationship thriving. The third tip is family time. Family time can be those times where you spend time together, like having dinner together or your prayer times, playing games, going for family outings, etc. This can be ways where you enjoy life as a couple as well as a family. The fourth point is keeping your communication open. This is the key for every phase. Be a safe place for one another and continue to share your innermost thoughts, feelings, dreams, downtimes. Laugh together, cry together, be there for each other. Keep your communication open and you will be intimate with one another. The fifth point is understand each other's love language. This was popularized by Gary Chapman, and knowing your partner's love language can help strengthen your relationship. The first one is words of affirmation. This is an expression of love through spoken words, praise, and appreciation. These people feel loved through words. The second one is quality time. These people feel loved when you give them undivided, total attention. They want you to be fully present when you're there with them and value quality over quantity. The third one is physical touch. These people feel loved when you show physical affection like a hug, holding hands, or a pat on the shoulder, and so on. The fourth one is acts of service. These people feel loved when you help out in chores like helping with the dishes, washing the car, watering the plants, and the like. And the fifth love language is gift receiving. These people feel loved when you shower them with gifts, not necessarily expensive ones, but they appreciate the thoughtfulness and the time that you invested to get them the gifts. Study your spouse and get to learn what is their love language, and this can enable you to speak to one another in your love language and to understand one another and also to build an intimate relationship. The seventh point is self-care. Self-care is essential if you are to maintain couples' intimacy in the long run. Continue to groom yourself, be presentable, and also be sensitive about giving time to your spouse so that they can have time to self-care. Remember that caring for yourself is not being selfish. So these are the 7 parenting tips and 7 tips to keep couples intimacy for families with preschool children. In the next episode, we will talk about families with school-age children. Thank you.